welcome back. Episode 2. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 1. Hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed filming it, I enjoyed watching it, and I enjoyed all the feedback, so thank you all so much for tuning in. It means a lot that anyone's sort of taking their time out of their day to tune in and watch, and all the feedback was great, so it was lovely. So we're going to continue to do what we're doing and keep getting the content out, and like I said to you before, drop comments in the box below, let us know what you want to see, and like I say, I'm happy just doing the training side of stuff, but there might be bits in there that you find more interesting or more informative that will help you, so please just drop them in and let me know. So before we start, today is a special day. It's mine and Lauren's anniversary, so the romantic that I am, we're treating it to a push/pull session for her, push for me, who said romance was dead. But yeah, this is what we do. We're on prep, and I might even treat her wherever she is too. We might eat off a plate this afternoon. We might have our meals off a plate instead of out of a box, but that's it. So I'll bring her in a minute and show her from there. She is. Right, so here we have the lucky lady. Here's Lauren. So like I say, we're spending our anniversary evening training away. That's what we do. So Lauren's also, we're 7 weeks out now from show day. Lauren's competing in her first ever bikini competition, so we move, like I say. Lucky guy, and don't know what she's doing with me, but that's what we do. Right, let's get it done. But yes, so we're gonna, like I said, I'm personally going to be training push. Lauren's going to be running through pull. For me, push is an important session, as are all of them, but the feedback I got last year, the criticism I got was to bring up chest and shoulders, so that's why it's been important for me to work harder on that, I suppose, than any other sort of muscle group, as that was the critique I received. So yeah, just making sure that we had a little accident a couple of weeks ago where I popped some fibers in my pec, so it's a lot more about, obviously we're still trying to get strong, but really working on the accuracy of movements and making sure there's no sort of discrepancies in form. Like I say, it was just one of those things. It was nothing, there was no recklessness going on. It was, we were getting strong, we were maybe going after a weight that wasn't totally out of reach, and like I say, we had a couple of issues. So you'll see from today's session that we're going to base most of the workout around machinery. What I can do with machines is I can monitor the range, so we're not then taking things too deep into the hole, and like I say, putting unnecessary stress or risk on the muscle, because this close to show, there's absolutely no benefit to add an additional risk to the session. So I'll talk you through that as we go along. But like I say, yes, I'm just going to run through a push session. We've obviously broke down the pull, but like I say, for me on this topic, this session for me, it is important off the back of what we need to kind of bring to the stage this year. So like I say, it's been a productive off season. So the key is now is to preserve what we've built, and that is by making sure we continue to get stronger. Performance is absolutely key, even into a dietary phase. Something that I think people miss out on. They'll kind of go early into a diet and they'll sort of tell themselves, I'm dieting now, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm weaker. And it's almost a mindset thing for me. Preserving performance is 100% key. And like I said, we'll talk you through that, and that's just by monitoring our volume and our rest. Like I said, we spoke about this before, but yeah, as we'll go along. I'm waffling now, so what we'll do is we'll kind of get into it and I'll talk as we go along. So we're going to start off this session with the lying crucifix. This is our sort of shoulder dominant push session, and like I said to you earlier on, it's important for me to bring up the shoulders and chest this year, so more so the shoulders. So we start here while the shoulders are fresh to try and make the most out of this movement. I've moved to the lying crucifix or any sort of cable lateral this year. It's probably in the last sort of 12 months over any dumbbells, or over dumbbells really. The reason for that is at the bottom of any sort of dumbbell movement, there's complete drop off. So when the dumbbells reach the bottom, there's complete drop off in terms of tension. As by using sort of a cable, as you'll see, as we get to the bottom, the shoulders will stay completely under tension as well. So we get an awful lot more out of the move from there. So as I run through these, what I'll do is I'll opposite cable to my opposite hand, we'll line ourselves back. From here, what I like to do is I'll almost, as I'm warming up, I'll kind of just bring them out an inch. So shoulders stay locked in, hands get driven down. Sort of drop, take these out an inch just to kind of engage the muscles, and then from there we work them out low and wide. What we're trying to do here is, rather than normally with lateral movements you see people swinging them up, you're actually looking to take them out low and wide. So arms stay straight. I bring this out an inch just as I'm warming up to engage, and then I'm looking to take a little fingers rather than up to the walls either side. Control. And as I say, at the bottom where the dumbbell would ordinarily be drop off, we're still under complete tension at the bottom too. And this movement has developed my shoulders more than any. It's easy, and we've all done it, is to let our egos take over with dumbbells. and we begin to swing it. So we get an awful lot more bang for your buck, I believe, out of doing any sort of cable-based exercise with, especially with the shoulders.
Oh. Not easy.
My. Oh. Cool. So as you see, we're going to start our main compound on the shoulder press machine. Like I said, we've gone onto machines for the next couple of weeks, so we're probably all the way into prep as we can control the range. It just takes out any potential danger or injury in the bottom on this right pec. But yeah, I feel good. Like I said, we're sort of pressing at almost 90%. It's just having the confidence to drive from the bottom, but things feel good. Yeah, so we'll just see what we can kind of work up to here. We've got numbers to beat, and then we'll go from there. My ball! Oh! Good, happy. 2 reps up on last week. Form felt good. Oh, good. Okay, perfect. So first set went well. I was 2 reps up on last week, which is good. And like I briefly mentioned at the start, the key to sort of training all the way through to a prep, we're 7 weeks out now, strength's still on the up, and this is super important to maximise our performance kind of going forward, like I mentioned briefly at the start, that too many people see going into a dietary phase as an excuse to back off the weight and get weak. I'm not saying that we chase weight unnecessarily and risk injury, but for sure we still should be looking, especially at 7 weeks out, looking to beat our logbook, whether that be by reps or by weight, and that's managed by volume and, like I said, recovery and rest. So the key to that is, like I said, it's what then allows us to kind of grow or preserve the most muscle we can going into a show. For me, it's what's going to give me a sort of a rounder and a thicker look on stage this year. In the past, I've been there and done it where I've allowed kind of prep to take over, I've become weaker, and it's shown nothing but sort of a stringier look kind of going onto stage, which we're not looking to do. So the key is to, like I say, it's no excuse, it's to maximise our rest and recovery, to optimise our performance as we train kind of going into a show. So that's what we do. So, like I say, first set went well, happy, 2 reps up, so we're going to push, so we stack for 8. So I'm going to try and, like I've mentioned on my pull session, I tend to kind of do my lighter set first from a safety standpoint, just kind of see how I feel on the day. That felt good, so we're now going to push up a touch and add some weight to the stack and see where we can kind of go from there. Oh, my ball! Oh!
Beautiful.
Okay, so as you can see, we're kind of moving from machine to another machine. Not my normal setup, but again, with these I can sort of adjust the range to make sure I'm in a sort of the safest point, so it's not adding too much load into the stretch position where I hurt myself last time, but it's deep enough and I can be powerful enough and commit to the movement, still allow me to kind of progress going forward. So that's where we are. I feel like I'm not talking as much as I should. I think it's close into the show. It becomes a case of headphones on and do the do, but I'll see what I can do. It's probably a little bit of grunting and bits and pieces, but that's I'll try and talk us through. Like I say, it's just this close in, my sort of focus changes the touch, but I need to be aware that I'm here to help. So yeah, we'll go from there. Cool. Ace, so stop sweating. This is, so again, I feel like the theme's going to be common. We're moving on to another machine. It's allowing me to, as I've seen, taking muscles to complete failure, but in a totally safe way. So we're now going to go onto a dip machine rather than sort of a free weight or assisted dip. Like I say, it's that bottom portion of the movement, which scares me a touch, and like I said, doesn't allow me to kind of commit to the movement. So here I can get full contraction again of the muscle to weight that I can, which will exceed what I can normally do. So yeah, this is what we'll go through here, and as you'll see, this one becomes a bit of a mission. There's a few people involved to kind of get the movement going, but it's all good fun.
What am I? Knees.
Knees.
3-man job.
Alright, yeah, so we're adding a bit of additional weight to the stack via the trusty gym pin. So we've got the full pit crew in to help with this one. I don't actually need them, I just like the attention.
Shock.
Alright, you ready? 3, 2. Ho! Oh! Ho!
Last one.
Go! Thank you. Oh. Thanks, team. Perfect. So we finished all the compound movements. We've done a shoulder compound, a chest compound, and then to a tricep compound, which all went really, really well. Up in reps, up in weight, which is cool. Like I said, strength's soaring still at 7 weeks out, which I expect, to be honest. It's something I am super anal about kind of keeping going into show, because I know that's the difference between the fuller muscled look on stage, which I'm trying to achieve. Like I said, in the last couple of years I've come back, feedback's come back that I've been a bit too small and a little bit stringy on stage. So yeah, my obsession with sort of remaining strong, and that is not, like I say, by cheating reps and slacking off and sort of scrapping reps. It's getting strong properly and maintaining that form. So anyway, we move on to now chest isolation. As I've seen from the first movement, the Crucifix, we use the cuffs on the cables. We'll do the same on the cable fly, chest fly. The reason I do this is when we use things like pec decks or dumbbells or even cable handles, I'm very prone, as we all are, tempted to sort of drive forward with the hand by taking out the forearms and taking out the hands by attaching the cuffs. It puts a lot more tension and pressure through the pec. So like I said, I want this prep, I'm trying to get as much out of the muscles as I can with sort of little risk of injury. So less is more when it comes to sort of weight here, and making sure that the tension is key. So with this movement here, also we're going to cuff up. What we're looking to do to kind of get optimal, brain's fried, optimal tension, I suppose. I don't know, it's late on in the session. And contraction of the muscle. We're looking to really drive from the stretch position, the bicep into the midline of the chest. That's my main focus. So like I say, if we use cables, if we use handles or pec decks or dumbbells, it's very easy to want to drive hands forward and drive forearms forward, which then we lose tension from the pec. So from here, my main focus is from the back, is to drive bicep into the midline of the chest, which then, if you see, will activate the pec. So that's our focus, not leading with our hands and rushing reps. So what I'll do for this first set is we'll add in a 2-second pause in the contraction. Probably going to move the seat back a touch, so we're not into the deepest of stretch, it's a little bit safer. And what we're looking to do is really put pressure on the shortened range. Then what I kind of do, what I personally do, rightly or wrongly, is then each set I'll move. So first of all, we'll hold the contraction. So we're really looking to put pressure into the shorten range here and hold on. The second set where we're a little bit fatigued, I'll pull the chair forward a touch to go a little deeper into the stretch, and we're not going to hold in the short. And the last set, what I'll do is I'll pull the seat forward again. Allows me, we'll go a little bit lighter deeper into the stretch, and what we do is we put pressure into the short and into the stretch position. So we then add a hold into the stretch, take a little bit of pressure off the short. So that's the talking done. I'll kind of show you what I mean as we go along. What I'll do is lock the shoulder blades down, like I say, so we'll lock them in. From there we glide, take them out nice and wide to the stretch. From here, I add in a micro pause to kind of avoid any momentum movement. And like I said, we're looking to drive the biceps into the midline of the chest, which is then going to fill up and contract the pecs. So we take a nice wide arc, we pause. From there, shoulders stay down, we drive the bicep into the midline of the chest, because it's very easy, and I see it all the time, people driving forward. And as you can see, you probably see just from video, there's no contraction of the pec. There's a lot of forward motion, there's a lot of force, and you can tell your mates how much you've cable flies. Okay, perfect. So we're going to finish off with two tricep movements. We're going to do 2 sets in a push down while the triceps relatively fresh. Obviously, it's been taken away from what we've done, but while it's relatively fresh and strong, we're going to do a couple of sets in the kind of shorten range, and then we'll do 1 set to finish. And what we'll do, we'll hit it hard in the stretch. So from here, we'll go into a tricep push down. Really focusing on keeping the elbows locked in nice and tight, allowing to get a nice deep stretch. And from there, we're going to drive down into that short position, keeping the elbows locked in tight. It's something I found with arm training. I see a lot of people do, kind of go too heavy, sort of throw weight. The stricter I've been with my arm training, the sort of better progress I've made. As much as you don't want to hear it, pulling back the weight, working on the form, I found an awful lot more this year. Arm development has improved. So that's my takeaway from arm training, is make sure we find a movement that sits well, and also when we feel, make sure that the execution of the movement is up to scratch. So, like I said, I spent years swinging around dumbbells and seen no progress, and this year I've moved my ego to one side, and like I said, the progression through my arms across all movements has been huge. So yeah, my takeaway from the day: pull back the weight, drop the ego, and work from there. Take that from me, I've learned the hard way. Okay, it's a wrap. Push session done. Solid session across the board. Really happy. Progression across all movements. Happy with the accuracy. Like I mentioned earlier on, I mean, not an awful lot of speaking today. Focuses on, we're 7 weeks out. Not through choice. I'm not trying to be grumpy. It's just the way it is. I'm trying to just get on my sessions. But yeah, I'm happy. We're good. Like I say, it's happy anniversary to us. But it was good, I enjoyed that, and I just want to finish on the note of a massive thank you to those who tuned into the first episode. It's somewhat overwhelming to see how many messages I got back and the support I got from even people I don't necessarily speak to on a regular basis, and those who did watch, and it's really nice to see. We're very grateful, aren't we, for the support that we get. It's cool, and glad someone's benefiting from me grunting and doing bits, but like I said, I'm so overwhelmed by all the support we've received, and we'll just keep doing what we can. Like I've mentioned previous times, please comment below as to what you want to see. We're just happy doing what we need to do, but you guys might find some information more informative than others, and we maybe might miss out on that. So just let us know. It could be something that's glaringly obvious that we just don't see, that we do on a regular basis. It's the norm for us, but it might really help somewhere else. So please just let us know. Lastly, I think we comment, like, and subscribe, and all those bits and pieces. I say it every week, I don't know what it means, but do all that. And yeah, like I said, again, I know the last couple of hours probably being grumpy and whatever, but we are so grateful, and thank you so much. And like I say, please keep watching the journey as we progress along. It's gonna get fun. Thank you very much.